Remember that time when Richtofen fucking died? Richtofen parkours off legend dies? Sounds good to me.
No, he just got deleted.
Subscribe and you could win Richtofen's body parts. That's right, to everyone who subscribes, I will give you... You want Richtofen's liver? You got it. Whether Treyarch is building up to the end, full stop end, of the Aether storyline, or just the ending of a current storyline, a build-up is happening. The epic battle is coming.
A war unlike any you have ever seen. The Great War.
And to be honest, Treyarch have already given us a metric ton, of hints, breadcrumbs, sweets in the back of a van. Alright, that's a bit far, lads. But there's a lot of pieces to fit together here that kind of show us what's going on. And I'm going to tell you, some of this stuff you might have seen but not really thought about, or there might be some completely new stuff that's not crossed your mind, as we and Treyarch paint the picture of the Great War. So this first new thing comes from the Messiah himself, the gaming revolution. Yeah, basically, he brought it up in a video, like the first person to do so. Literally in a classified Pack-a-Punch camo, there are blueprints for the Ray Gun Mark IV and 5. Big Balls Blandel has done it again. Ray Gun Mark IV and 5. So I don't know if the same idea is coming into your mind like it is for me, but by the looks of things, this final DLC, The Great War, might be an 8-player map with Primis and Ultimis after classified. And we know that Primis will probably have the original staffs, right? That's kind of their weapon that's tied to them. So what happens if different versions of the ray gun are like the weapons for the original crew, for Ultimis? Imagine that, the original crew and the original wonder weapon and its babies coming together for one final time. But then of course a huge question mark is, well, one of the most important things about a zombies map is where is it? Where's this map? What's the setting and that? And of course, the finales for zombie games always have absolute bangers for settings. An abandoned World War II German zombie facility, the heckin' moon, a World War I battleground with big F-off giants, and then space islands with a worm. When you put Revelations that way, it's just outstanding, you know, that's an epic win for us gamers. So yes, when it comes to this map, what's the setting gonna be? A house? A couple of fields? Sounds pretty nice, lads. Now look, I'm not saying I think DLC for The Great War is going to be Revelations remastered, but I think there's definitely going to be a lot of similarities. For example, I think the Shadow Man is going to come out of a summoning key just like he did in Revelations. However, I think something's going to go differently, obviously, because the cycle is broken now, so I don't think it's the exact same events are going to happen. However, I do think it's going to take place in Dr. Monty's perfect world, or just at that house. Now, for all we know, I could be totally wrong. They could say Dr. Monty's a keeper, and Atlantis, you know, the sunken city, is a keeper city. You know, the, what's it, the like underground hidden city thing in Shadows of Evil behind the Pack-a-Punch? We could see an entire map which is like that underwater in Atlantis, but by the looks of things, it's going to be Dr. Monty's house. But there has to be some twist, something special, like we talked about. It has to be something epic. It's not just going to be, oh, it's literally just Dr. Monty's house and some fields. Great zombies map, family. No, there's going to be something different going on. And my idea is maybe we could, kind of like Shangri-La, if you guys remember that map, during the Easter egg you go like back in time or something. Maybe with this map there is like that normal Dr. Monty's house area, then you can go back in time to like the Great War, like we see at the end of Revelations. And once again, if a Shadow Man comes out, he could do something similar to Revelations where it becomes space, but then that's just Revelations 2.0. I'm so confused at this point. But to bring this image up, which kind of literally shows us what is happening, there's members from the Ultimis and Primis group, probably after classified, going to the house. So is this showing us the setting, the location for DLC for the Great War? Is it just going to be like the house from the Revelations intro, but like at night time now? Maybe there's like a forest and a farm area or something, I don't know. So it's like the crumbs, the pieces are there, but this is Treyarch and zombies we're talking about. so we don't know what the hell's going to happen. For all we know, it might just take place in a WWE ring. Now, the other thing is, there's a huge piece of information here, but I'm sorry guys, but I just cannot remember where this originally comes from to give you the evidence, but I'm pretty sure some of you have probably heard of it before, and I don't know if this is like a leak or comes from an interview from Jason Blundell from Treyarch, but the thing is, remember the Revelations boss fight and how ass it was? That's because it isn't what they wanted. They probably had to scrap stuff because they had to make Zombies Chronicles, so they said they're going to reuse the Revelations boss fight later on, and apparently the boss fight was going to be Dr. Monty versus the Shadow Man. So I'm guessing that's what the Great War boss fight is going to be. Dr. Monty versus the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man's in the summoning key, he's going to come out, and maybe we side with the Shadow Man because the cycle is broken and he always lost, right? The Shadow Man always lost in the cycle. In Black Ops 3 he always loses. Black Ops 3 is just a cycle, and at Revelations he always loses. So now maybe we have to side with him, even though he's evil, but so's Dr. Monty, so it's kind of like we have to pick a side there. Like, seriously guys, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. I'm not pulling that out of my ass. It's literally been leaked or confirmed that Revelations was supposed to be Dr. Monty versus the Shadow Man in a boss fight. Now, I did have a whole video about it, but it does definitely fit in this video. The other thing, I don't want to go really in depth and explain everything, but to put it really simple for everyone to understand, the Richtofen at the end of Classified, the Richtofen, the old Richtofen who's going to join us in the Great War, has the soul, has the memories from Black Ops 2 Richtofen, who has been in the Aether. So basically, this Richtofen knows everything. He has seen the future, the past, the present. He knows everything. So having that character on our side is very important. That Richtofen who's on our side is one of the most powerful and important characters in the entire world. Now, I know a lot of people are worried about this thing. It's like, oh, we have Classified and Blood of the Dead, but it's just, you know, locations that we've already seen, and of course there's the Nuketown zombies, like Leak, we know that lad is coming, so people are wondering and worrying, like, is every map in the Aether storyline, all the DLC maps, just going to be kind of reimaginings of maps that we've already seen? And obviously I can't answer that, but I do want to like say that how DLC for this Great War seems to be planning out literally seems like it's going to be an alternate version of Revelations, but we don't know how that's going to play out. We don't know how it's going to be, but it seems like it's going to be like a mirror, a different version of Revelations, but I hope it's not the exact same thing, but it's like 4 islands of all these old maps. In fact, another idea has just sprung to my mind. So we know there's the house, right? Dr. Monty's house. Like, it's just so weird. The house doesn't make sense. It's just so weird saying that. Like, this house is important, but we don't know why. What if the map is like centered around the house, and there's maybe teleporters that teleport us to different areas? So it's kind of like Revelations with different areas, but we teleport to completely different maps. Like, we could go to Atlantis, then Egypt, then back to the house, and then go to like, I don't know, the Great Wall of China. But lads, the strange thing is, if what we think is true, that DLC 2 is the first Aether storyline, the first map after Classified, like I said, that's literally like months away at this point. That's like probably April that we'll get that DLC, or maybe a month before or something. Like, that is crazy. We have to wait so long. Like I said in a previous video, by the time we get DLC 2 and maybe our first map after Classified, like literally Modern Warfare 4 would have been announced. That's how far in the future this is, when we get the next pieces to the puzzle. But anyway lads, that is everything I think. I could be wrong. And also there is a question, how's the transit crew going to play into this? Jesus Christ, I don't know lads. I don't know. Not only that, if they do 8 players, like in a 8-player survival, it's almost as if I said that should be a game mode months ago when I made that video saying what game modes could be in zombies. I literally came up with 8 players and they stole my bloody idea. But could you imagine that? How that would like evolve zombies? What they could do with that? 8 players in one map. Wait, has that been done before? Grief was... Yeah, Grief. Yeah, it's been done before, lads. It's okay. It's not groundbreaking stuff anymore. Anyway lads, could you just imagine some dope ass map setting, Dr Monty versus the Shadow Man, 8 players, Ultimis and Primis, the original staffs, the ray gun, and all 5 variants of it. Wow. Guys, stay spicy and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.